This is the only game in the PWHL tonight. Minnesota and Toronto, and here are our game day rosters presented by Tim Hortons. And we look at Minnesota first. We should note, Alexis, that Taylor Heisey missing her fifth game in a row tonight.
Well, they've kind of been hurting without her, right? It's been tough for Minnesota to score, and they're missing a player like her who's put the puck in the back of the net as often as she has.
There you see Toronto's starting lineup. Sarah Nurse will center that top line with Spooner and Miller on the flanks. It has been absolutely outstanding. Kristen Campbell has been on fire on a personal 6-game winning streak, including a couple of shutouts. So she'll be in net for Toronto. And on the other side, Nicole Hensley. Ken Klee staying with her. She is 1-1 against Toronto this year.
And she had a great game on Sunday. It wasn't her fault that Minnesota lost that game. She did everything she could.
Here's Zumwinkle. Near wing side. Nice move around Rougeau. Oh, pad save by Campbell. Toward the Toronto goaltender again. And now Blair Turnbull with some speed. Hands off to Malte. Back for Turnbull. Beautiful move, and she scores. Drifts in behind Hensley, and Toronto jumps out to a 1-0 lead here in Minneapolis.
That is one Nicole Hensley is going to want back. She had it in between her pads as Turnbull scores her second goal of the season here. A bit of a squeaker, and those are the ones that make you shake your head if you're a goaltender. It was a great play to drive the net here, outworks the Minnesota defense, and Hensley, you can see her turning, and by the time she realized the puck was behind her, it was already over the line. And a tough start for Minnesota, who's had trouble scoring, now down a goal here against Toronto, separating most of these teams in the league, and that's how quickly things can change in the PWHL.
Right out in front, backhand, they score! Sophie Jaques. That is her first goal in a Minnesota uniform, and Minnesota gets the equalizer.
Well, welcome to Minnesota, Sophie Jaques. We talked about how good Susanna Tapani has been in her new team, and nice to see the new member of Team Minnesota making a difference here in this one. She gets her first goal of the season, her second point overall. Talked about Ohio State University player. She also played her college hockey there, and a great play down low just to get this puck out. And Campbell's looking the other way, defending that short side, and they find Jaques, and she puts it in the back of the net off the backhand. What she's done for this Minnesota team.
Greco will send it on, that hit the post.
The goal like that, and Toronto looking for the tip play out front, and that's kind of what happens with the tip play. You got to have some finesse to it to get it where you want it to go, and that one went just wide.
There's another drive, and Hensley, like a cat, reaches up.
It ends up being a goal of your own, and
that was tipped on. Hensley keeps it out, and she'll scoop that one off the ice, off the stick of Howard out in front. Flanagan. Stick handling just inside the blue line, looking for a one-timer. LaRock now back, they score as Flanagan gets the one-time to go past Hensley, and Toronto on the advantage, takes a 2-1 lead.
That didn't look like it caught anything on the way in, which if that's the case, Flanagan will be credited with the goal. It looked like it just kind of went straight through. There was a lot of people in the lane there, both for Toronto and Minnesota. We'll take another look at it. Flanagan swaps spots there at the point, hands it off, then gets the pass back, one-times it through, and based on everybody's reactions, I am thinking this was just a straight shot into the back of the net, beating Hensley glove side, and Toronto regains its lead.
Out in front of the scorers table. This is Vasco trying to advance it for Toronto. Now it's Sophia Cunnan coming back for Minnesota. Got a shot on somehow through LaRock channel. Got it back to the Toronto line momentarily. And now back 2-on-1, a chance, and Connors just drifted that one wide to the far post. Hensley taking exception to people on her doorstep, and she's throwing her weight around.
Things started, and then this puck pops up, and Hensley trying to catch it like an outfielder there. Didn't like how close the company was at the edge of her crease. And
also have skated here a time or two, I'm sure. Spooner going right to the front. Nurse feeding a pass for, but sticked away by Hensley. Takes it wide. There's a shot on rebound. And somehow Campbell, that one drifted past the right post. Held in here at the point. Spooner, some good stick handling, gets to the circle. Great pass. Oh, and Miller, point blank, grade A, denied by Hensley. Hands off for Howard. Howard's got some room to work. Another save by Hensley and no rebound.
Hensley trying to toss that one into the corner, but it got stuck in her pads, and so instead she had to just try to pounce on it and cover it up. But it would be Spooner first ripping this shot off that got deflected on the way in. Went off the post on that sequence. And then this one, I don't know how that one did not find the back of the net. Hensley coming way out ready to make that save. She's been busy.
Here's Fleming now. 2-on-1. Nice save by Campbell. Rebound, backhand, and Fleming thought she had one, but it goes wide of the far post.
Game puck carried over the blue line. Shot comes through, bounces off at Campbell. She tries to reach for it, can't get to it. Chaos ensues. Minnesota banging away, and it just rolls. This will be a great angle. Watch it roll past the goal line. Just about 2 or 3 inches away from that goal line. That's what the crowd behind the net was reacting to.
Nice. Kendall Coyne Schofield will take it along the far wing. Poked off her stick by Monroe. Coyne Schofield gets it back, feeds the point. They score! Big drive, Natalie Bookbinder. And now we're even again.
That's her first goal of the season here with Team Minnesota. She's got an assist heading into tonight's game, but finds the back of the net herself for the first time this season. And once again, it's a big one. And for Minnesota to get this game tied up once again, you see how this play developed. Kendall Coyne Schofield, who else? Setting up the play down low. And the shot from the point, a bit of a high riser. Campbell tries to come up to play it, and she gets beat. And Minnesota ties it back up at 2.
Here's Bach again. Up the near wing wall, not making it to the net. Got a shot on Hensley.
And Victoria Bach looking for the 3rd lead of the night for Toronto. Goes off the shoulder of Hensley. That actually went off the far side shoulder there.
Grace Zumwinkle goes down in a heat. Monroe took her out of the play. Channel, long drive, tipped on, but kept out by Campbell. Back to center. Plays it off on the off wing. Long drive, save, rebound, trickles wide. Let's go back to those last 2 Minnesota chances.
So close, but not able to find the back of the net. Here's the tip that comes through. Just a great shot, a great tip. That was Krzyzova who got her stick on that one. And then this one just rolls wide. And that's happened to Minnesota twice tonight, where that puck has just skittered past the goal line.
Here's a chance coming in. Oh, what a save by Kristen Campbell.
And the whistle blew. The whistle blew, I think, when she had the puck still.
No points coming out of those 2 games. Trying to knock off the hottest team in this league. Toronto trying to win its 6th in a row. Here's Miller, down for Spooner. Working around Steckline, went to the front and it rolled off her stick. She is so quick. She's got it again. Same maneuver, same result. Fast holds it in on the near point. Fast moving to the middle. Fast, kept it low to the ice, they score! Toronto takes the lead 3-2 with exactly 5 minutes to go. Jaques feeds it across, one-timer off the side of the net. Zumwinkle sent that on. Under a minute to go. Abby Boreen down to Grace Zumwinkle. Here's Sophie. Lee Steckline moving in. Saved by Campbell and no rebound. Puck comes loose to LaRocque. She'll put it up on the dasher. Comfort trying to get to it. Held in, Minnesota. Dangerous. They score! Sophie Jaques does it again. With 21 seconds to go, we're tied at 3.
And she scores a huge goal for Minnesota, tying this game up at 3 apiece with 21.1 seconds to go. She lets it fly, and you can see the joy radiating from Minnesota after that goal. Kendall Coyne Schofield nearly leaped out of her skates on the side of the net there. And what a big goal for Minnesota. Tough shift for Toronto. 2 huge blocks trying to keep this out of the back of the net, and they were some stingers too. And they can't clear. Minnesota keeps the play alive and ties it up at 3 apiece.
2 points for an overtime or shootout win, 1 for an overtime loss. Both of these teams have already secured that. There's a shot right on. Feeds it ahead. Zumwinkle, big blast. And knocked away by Campbell.
Nice shot. That was a tough one for Campbell. She gets in front of it, though.
Oh, fans wanted a tripping call. Coyne Schofield went down. No penalty. That would be tough to call right there.
Yeah, it's hard to get a call in overtime.
Malting now. 1:20 to go. LaRocque moving in. Nurse calling for it. One time, muffled shot. They score! Sarah Nurse! And that's the game winner. 2 goals late for Nurse. 1 in the third, 1 here in overtime. And Toronto is going to win its 6th in a row and get out of Minneapolis with 2 points.
To handle and kind of an awkward shot. Toronto gets this play set up and Nurse sends it in. It goes off of Jaques, changes direction, and you can see Hensley's moving to her left. The puck ends up going to her right just enough to trick her, and that one ends up in the back of the net. And Toronto, who didn't trail at any point here tonight, had to fend off Minnesota, tying it up a few times here. They ultimately get the game winner on the road in OT. And Sarah Nurse with 2 goals here tonight. What a game she had.